What's happening, people? Welcome to the United Stand. Welcome to another road trip. And finally, actually, is it boring now? Has the fun been sucked out of it? But it probably has, but I don't care. Bruno is finally on his way. He's on his way over for a medical. The deal's been agreed. 55 million up front with add-ons, depending on Manchester United and individual targets from Bruno, which are easily attainable. And it's finally happening, man. A player that we've needed for so long, or a player of that quality we've needed for so long. There's talks that, you know, there's rumours that he could even be in the squad against Wolves on Saturday. Does Ollie keep him back as a sub? Does he start him? Who knows? But I think what is certainly out there is that after long negotiations, which is typical Manchester United fashion, drawing it out, he is actually looking like he's going to sign. We've seen him post up a picture with his friend. I think he's a Portuguese singer, sort of in a lift with an aeroplane emoji, saying that they're on their way. I think his brother was in Manchester as well, and at the time it was like, yeah, but he could have just chose to come on holiday to Manchester randomly. But now it's all tying in, and when you get our good friends like James Cooper, Simon Peach, Simon Stone, the God Fabrizio Romano, all starting to push out the information, then you can believe it. I mean, Romano actually said Bruno Fernandes is buzzing and waiting to board a plane so he can leave, and he's been on record sort of saying that to Portuguese television that the Premier League was always his preferred destination. He's always wanted to come here and play, and all the stuff we already knew of why Bruno wanted to come play for Manchester United. Look, every transfer is a risk. You never know, it might not work out. It can go wrong, I get it. But you can't tell me that Bruno Fernandes is not streets ahead of Juan Mata, Lingard and Pereira all together in one. You don't get that many goals from midfield and assists and impact games as often as he does if you're not a great player. And you know, Simon Peach spoke to somebody, and even he said, who knows Bruno well, watches him week in, week out, said that he'll find the Premier League a piece of piss. That was their words, not mine. So hopefully all that is true and Bruno can hit the ground running, man. It's certainly something that we've needed. Miles, you excited? You happy, even though it's been going on for a long ass time?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's dragged on
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Too long. But now that it's happening, yeah, the excitement is back. It would have been better if it was kind of done when we heard about it again earlier on in the month. But now that it's being done, I guess, yeah, just get it over and done with so that we can actually have the player and move forward and try and salvage the rest of this season.
And like you said, it's like not just going to be him coming and then like that's it. Yeah. Like he's not going to be able to do it all by himself, is he? No, it's a start.
Oh no, hell no! There's no way that, you know, he is now going to be the saviour and turn things around and, you know, be the guy who's going to get us top four. There's still a massive, you know, chance that we don't, you know, reach our goals this season. The one thing I'm definitely glad about is the fact that he's in now rather than in the following summer. Yeah. So that, you know, they don't use that as an excuse to be like, oh yeah, we'll just get him plus maybe someone not as good as him. Yeah. Bring him in, bring those in the summer, and then that's it. So I'm glad we've got a big guy in now. Potentially, hopefully, he's on the plane. And then in the summer we can look to get some serious reinforcements. So yeah. I'm glad.
Wicked. That's all good. But there's a small matter of today's game. Yeah. Which is the Manchester Derby in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, when we're already 3-1 down.
You can do it!
Hate to bring it back down to reality, and you know, there's a strong feeling amongst the fans of, you know, the club ain't just going to gas us up just because we got Bruno and let us forget about the owners and all the stuff that's going on there. But yeah, today we're 3-1 down. I mean, we've got to win 2-0 to take it to penalties, 3-0 within 90 minutes because there's no extra time. It just goes straight to pens at this stage. We've got to win 3-0, man. Like, look, at the end of the day, you always got to have an element or degree of belief, because, you know, it's true in football. Anything can happen. It's 11 men against 11 men. You never know. But my gut feeling in this is, similar to like when we went out there against Liverpool, I just want to see us compete. I just want to see us give a good account of ourselves. It's kind of a free hit. Do I think we're going to win? Probably not, but just give a good account of ourselves, and you never know, if we get the first goal, it might make it very interesting. But at least if we do lose, similar to what I said against Liverpool, at least let it come out and say, okay, Aguero was unbelievable, or Mahrez or Bernardo Silva did a madness again, or De Bruyne, Jesus Christ, what a goal, whatever. I'm not saying I want that to happen. I'm not saying I'm happy with that. It's just a representation of where we are right now and the belief I have in us going there and getting a result. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I kind of phased out a little bit. I was in my own world, but no, we need to. I think we just need to show a good performance. There's not much we can really do in terms of the result. I think that's kind of that's kind of done. And
you don't think we can win?
I don't think so. No, I think
we'll win the tie, not just on the night.
Yeah, even winning on the night is going to be quite difficult, I think. And I just think all the damage was done in the first leg. I think all I'm really looking for is for the boys to just show some fight. And Ollie as well, with his tactics, and not be too reserved and whatnot, and just kind of show who we are and show what we can do. Not to say that we're going to win the game, but all we want to see is a bit of fight, and not kind of just lose the game because of our own silly errors and whatnot. I'd rather lose the game because Aguero just came on a madness, or whoever's playing for City came on a madness and just killed us. But I'd rather it be that than our own mistakes to ruin the game. So yeah, man, we just need to show something and just show that we can hang with the big boys.
What are you saying about formation? Because there's an argument out there that the 3-5-2 suits us in the absence of Rashford, and we put the disclaimer out there for the same Wallies who were coming at us saying, oh, you can't give these high ratings against Tranmere, it's flip-flop, when we literally said it's for this game. But like you always say, it doesn't matter how many times you throw disclaimers out there, people will always do it on purpose just to wind you up, or because they're just too silly to actually comprehend what you're saying. But yeah, I'm not saying because we played that against Tranmere 1-6-0 that it means we can beat City, but what I'm saying is in the absence of Rashford, maybe having two up front to occupy their centre halves, maybe with the fact that we don't have actual wingers, fullbacks, wing backs would actually be more suited to us in Wan-Bissaka and Williams flying up there, or Dalot, you might even say, and play Wan-Bissaka as a right centre back instead, or whatever. But you saw what Dalot's capable of. Yes, it will be against Tranmere, but he does have that in his locker to beat someone, get shot off, a bit more attacking wise than Wan-Bissaka, nowhere near defensively as good, but so yeah, what's your thoughts on not too much the personnel but the formation?
Yeah, no, I think that 3-5-2, 5-3-2, however you want to call it, is probably the best way to go, even though I wasn't really happy with it for the Tranmere game. The way we played in that game, obviously it's against Tranmere, but it showed signs of actually, if you play that kind of formation against a team like City, you might be able to get something out of the game in terms of being compact on defence.
But is it a 3-0 something?
Breaking.
That's the problem,
do you know what I'm saying? It depends how much we lose by, or potentially get a draw, or even in a mad world get a win. So I think that is, even though I personally hate, I've said it in previous videos, I hate sitting back and whatnot. I think there's not much else you can really do, especially if you're trying to salvage some kind of result. I said for the Liverpool game we should kind of go all out and try and get the win. And
go for them. It don't matter if you lose 10-0. Just go for it.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? And he kind of did that.
1-4-4.
You know what I'm saying? Just throw every man out there. But this time around, I think it's probably the best bet just to have five at the back and see what you can do with it, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's not really positive either way in my mind. So,
yeah. I mean, the bigger games against Wolves, innit? I mean, I don't want to downplay a derby, but because we're 3-1 down, it's almost like against a side like City, it's so difficult to come back from that. If it was at Old Trafford, you got that extra little bit of a boost, but you see what they've done to us at OT. But we did beat them the last time we played them at the Etihad. A lot of people saying that's a one-off, and I get that. But no matter what way you look at it, it looks like it'll be a very difficult task. Before we move on, give me a score prediction.
I think, being as hopeful as I can be, I still think we lose 2-1. And me being hopeful is saying that we get a goal. So I actually don't really see us getting a goal, but I'm going to say 2-1. And just hope that the boys have shown a good account of themselves. And if they do show a good account of themselves, then we only score one in my mind. So
I kind of agree with you, to be honest. I can't see us winning the game. However, However, I'm going to be stupidly optimistic, and I'm going to predict a draw, Miles. I'm going to predict a little bit of fight from them.
2-2 or 3-3.
You know what I mean? It means nothing for us. We'll still lose, but I just want to, because I want to see a bit of fight so badly, which is it's quite sad to predict that we'll be happy with that. Obviously not, but obviously I want to win the game and go through in the tie. But I just can't see that happening. So a more realistic thing for me is maybe they show a bit of fight and just don't get absolutely humiliated, which that's all I'm asking for. So I'll go over draw. And then let us know what you guys think about the team lineup as well, in terms of the formation as well, and how you think we should approach that game. And the Bruno Fernandes situation. Has the fun been sucked out of it for you lot? Are you annoyed that it's taken this long? Because we certainly are. Or is it just a case now of actually forget it? We can all moan, but it's done now. Well, technically not done yet, but he's on his way to medical. And barring a miracle, he will be a Manchester United player within the next 24, 48 hours. And that leads us into the Ed Woodward situation. Got to touch on that quickly. I spoke this morning on BBC 5 Live, just saying it's a disgrace, really. It's an absolute disgrace. I think all it's done is take the limelight off of Woodward in terms of how incompetent he may be, or how bad of a job he's doing. And rightly so, the emphasis is now on actually what a terrible thing to do to somebody, you know. And to the people, like, I found myself arguing with people on Twitter. Miles, one guy was like, "Oh, it's only a couple of flares. It's not an RPG." What? A flare that can reach over 1,000 degrees and can burn you or burn the house down. And also, whether or not these kids or family were in there, them knowing that now their house has been attacked and vandalized, how's that going to make them feel emotionally away from that? You know, it made me sick. It just made me sick, and it almost tarnishes the whole fan base. A few silly individuals now are looking at Manchester United fans as if, oh, they want their owners out, but look at the state of them, look how they act.
Yeah, I mean, I had people in my own group chat saying that, look at how your fans are behaving, blah blah blah. These are like Chelsea fans and whatnot who have had their own stuff in the past, and you know, because everyone knows that the whole fan base wants Woodward out and the Glazers out. What these guys have done is making it seem like this is all of us who want this to happen and are saying go to his house and do this, do that, you know, because we're all saying we want them out. So it's really put it's made a negative impact in terms of the whole fan base in general, and it's making all of us look really silly.
Do you know what the irony of that is that, you know how when people always go, oh, you don't represent us, you don't as if we've gone out of our way to say that we're the opinion of the fans, and now they've gone and done something that has galvanised the fans.
That hatred towards the fan base.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's hypocrisy at its finest. I mean, look, you don't know the people that done it. We don't know. They're calling themselves United fans. I just call them hooligans. I just call them thugs. For me. But you know, the fact you look at what's happened in the world this week, the Kobe Bryant situation, and all the people on that helicopter who lost their lives, like, the world kind of stopped. Barring a few idiots on Twitter, I saw a big United account sort of saying, "Oh, but would you leave your young daughter in a hotel room with Kobe?" Who are just absolute disgusting, vile people. Vile people. I can't stand them. Honestly, I can't stand them. It proper pisses me off, to be honest with you. But I saw a few idiots doing that. But barring those idiots, the whole world has kind of stopped, and the whole sporting world, the whole normal world has kind of just taken heed of the magnitude of that tragedy. And then what do these idiots do? Go and kind of bring shame upon the fan base at a time that's a couple of days after something that's so significant happened. And I'm not saying that Kobe Bryant is in correlation to Manchester United, but just humanely, just what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And then there's more reports coming out that those group of fans have called the Sun newspaper up. This is reports, this is alleged, and called them up and said they were going to do it. And the newspaper are in there and they're taking pictures as well. And it's all one big joke. It's an absolute disgrace, and it really is a dampener on, you know. There's not much to shout about right now as a United fan, but today and the next couple of days are supposed to be about us going, actually, Bruno's coming, hooray, let's look at that and look at how he's going to fit into the team, and instead we're having to talk about idiots who've got nothing better to do in their time. That's sad. That want to go to other people's houses and let off flares and vandalise someone's house.
It's awful, man. I think, you know, the way, you know, those of us who are thinking a bit more sensibly, you know, the way we feel that we can get Ed Woodward and the Glazers out is to do things like, you know, leave the ground at a certain time. You know, these are ideas that people have come up with that I think are sensible ideas. obviously it takes a long time to get, you know, board members out of a club and all this kind of stuff, but that is a better way than, you know, going to like attack someone's home. Do you know what I'm saying? I think the people need to flip it on themselves and be like, look, if we all just turned up at your yard and were, or at your house, sorry for people who don't understand what yard is, and start throwing flares at your house.
Man, we're going mad.
You see what I'm saying? Like no one would ever want that. So, you know, we all love United, but when you take it that far, it's too much. I think you need to really assess what you're going on.
And people kind of like, I saw it with you getting into it with a few fans, and I saw it on Twitter. Like, yeah, this is terrible what's happened to Ed Woodward and stuff like that. Yeah, and no one should ever be doing this. But, you know, you have to understand he's brought it on himself. And no, there's no but. There's no but. And if you watch this video and think, oh, look at these lot trying to defend Woodward, the puppets. No, you're completely deluded. If you think violence and vandalism and threatening behaviour towards people when you're basically, you know, upset about something is the right way to go for it, then you're the one who needs the education. Definitely. You're the one who needs to change as a person. Is it just us? Is it are we and people who think how we think in terms of just not having that much hatred in our heart? Are we the minority? Are we becoming the minority? It's really difficult, because I think we're not, when you really deep it, this is a minority of fans, 10 to 20 fans, is it, or 30 fans, whatever. I don't want to keep calling them fans. Wally's outside the house, but you know, I don't know, I find it so difficult to comprehend shit like this, because I'm like, I just don't carry that. Like, I couldn't get that angry about something. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you want to protect your family, you want to protect your honour, you don't want to be disrespected, you want to fight for what's yours and protect things. But going and doing that to somebody who's done nothing physically to you, they've made you stress through football because they're making Man United a shambles and stuff like that. But to go and then inflict damage, pain, whether it be mental, physical, structurally to the yard, to a family or to a man, because of that, I can't understand that. Maybe I'm the idiot, I don't know, but I don't get it.
Yeah, no, it's not the way to go. Obviously, he's got young kids and whatnot. He's got a family. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know, if you think if it was either one of us or anyone, you know, someone runs up on your yard like that, you know, you lose your mind. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know what? Some people would, you know. Obviously, Ed wouldn't do anything, but there are some people you roll up to their yard and do that kind of stuff.
In America, man gets shot for that, you know, and get pardoned in the court. Hey, well, you wanted to come here and trespass and try and come into this guy's home. He's got a 12 gauge. He's entitled to use it. That's what certain man doing. You know what I mean?
No, big time.
It's mad.
So, yeah, I mean, people need to really just take a hard look at themselves and just. It's not right. We all want Ed Woodward out. We all want the Glazers out. Believe me, we all do, and we're all trying to figure out our ways to do it, but that is not the way to do it at all.
100%. That's enough negativity for today, but like you say, like we always say in the United Stand, we've got to address what's out there and condemn things like that, because we're not behind it, you know. There's a whole difference in wanting to, you know, campaign against the owners and the CEO and stuff like that. There's one thing criticising players and stuff like that, or after performances. But that is just you know, out of this world. Drop your views in the comments with everything we've spoken about in this road trip. It's been a bit of a long one actually, so much to talk about. Let us know about the Bruno situation, what you think about the Ed Woodward situation, and hopefully they find the people that done it as well. And we'll see you guys at fan camps, hopefully with with a positive result of some sort, whatever that may look like. You know what I mean? Peace. Thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.